Well, Nike's new Just Do It ad will start airing tonight at the NFL opener between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Atlanta Falcons. It's narrated by former 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick. Here's a preview.
Believe in something, even if it means sacrificing everything.
Well, the ad marks the 30th anniversary of Nike's Just Do It slogan. Kaepernick caused division after kneeling during the national anthem in 2016 to protest police brutality. And right now, he has an ongoing lawsuit against the NFL accusing teams of conspiring to avoid signing him. Well, joining me now on set, Bill Reiter, host of Reiter's Block on CBS Sports HQ. Okay, so Bill, NBC has confirmed that Nike will be running this ad in the opener today. Are you surprised?
I'm stunned, as are a lot of people around the country, because obviously Nike is a company and their job is to sell as much apparel and footwear to as many people as they can. That's people on the left and the right. And as we've talked about a lot here on CBSN, this anthem protest, this situation is one of the most divisive in the history of sports, certainly in modern sports. Yeah, I'm shocked they went this route, and I'm shocked. I guess I'm not shocked it's going to run tonight, because if they're going to do it, they're going to do it.
This is the night to do it.
Yeah.
So, Bill, Nike and the NFL have this multi-billion-dollar partnership. Who has more leverage in this relationship?
Nike clearly thinks that they do. And they obviously, let's be clear, they're a business. So whatever internal deliberations, studies, thinking, reasoning they've done, they believe in the long run this is good business for them. Perhaps they believe appealing to millennials is the right move. But the NFL is not shy about throwing its weight around with its business partners. And I think it's a close call. Whoever has more leverage, it is by, I think, a matter of degrees. And it's going to be very interesting to see how the National Football League pushes back against a very important business partner.
You think they're going to push back?
They have at every other turn. They have with those that have broadcasting rights, with those that cover the sport day to day like I used to. I think there's a real, and again, they've been sort of knocked on their heels, so maybe they're trying to take a more conscious approach, but at least the past has shown us that yes, Roger Goodell and the National Football League, not afraid to throw their weight around. They feel like their sport is under attack. Okay,
so while most players are gearing up for the season, you look at Pittsburgh Steelers, Le'Veon Bell, not exactly gearing up for the season. What's behind this? What's going on here?
He's not a happy man. You know what? To be fair to Le'Veon, he told us this was going to happen. He told me this back at the Super Bowl. He was franchise tagged last year, so basically it's a one-year deal. He gets paid a lot of money, but not a long-term contract. Franchise tagged a second time this time around. And he told us if that happened, he'd have to reconsider his options. And so what he's doing, he's refusing to sign that franchise tender. It's not technically a holdout, and he's not shown up yet for work. They're almost certainly not going to play him week 1, and there's some talk that he may wait to week 10. He could wait that long and retain his free agency for next year to make sure that he's giving away money but protecting, from his perspective, his body and his health to sign a massive deal that Pittsburgh is not going to give him next year, almost certainly with a different team.
You say people are talking, so are his teammates. We were monitoring Twitter, and we were kind of surprised to see. I actually think I have the tweet. It says here, I'm quoting here, "We're the guys doing it for him." What do you make of this now public spat?
It's a stunner as well, because there's a code in the National Football League. You don't talk about other guys' contracts. In fact, Antonio Brown, his teammate, the wide receiver superstar for the Steelers, was on CBS Sports HQ with me maybe 3 weeks ago, and he said, I'm not going to talk about his contract. It's his situation. We don't talk about that. So I think this shows there's some bad blood in that locker room toward Le'Veon Bell. He brought up his contract last year before they lost to the Jaguars. You don't do that either. I think it just exposes that this rift isn't just about management and Le'Veon Bell, the player. It's about Le'Veon Bell versus his entire football team. And whenever he returns, it's going to be a much more difficult reintegration than it probably would have been.
Football bro code broken.
Bro code has been severely violated. It's a shocker. It's a big deal. New territory.
Yeah. It's interesting to see them all pushing back. I do want to ask you that there's some new rules, some changes in the NFL with the games. What do we need to know?
So the catch rule is new, and we'll keep an eye on that. I think the helmet rule is the big one.
Yeah, what is this about? It doesn't make sense to me. Can you
It doesn't make sense to people that actually played the game on my national radio show. Every day we have a former player or GM or official on, and very few of them has a sense of what the rule actually entails and how it's going to be applied. In effect, defenders aren't supposed to lead with their head. They're trying to cut down on concussions and player safety issues. But you talk to players, especially on the defensive side, there's so much confusion about how this is actually going to play out. There's some concern that guys are actually going to get injured more often because they're not going to be able to tackle the way they were taught to. We don't know how the NFL is going to implement it. You talk to people around the football. A lot of them would even suggest that the officials aren't sure how the rule's supposed to be implemented. So it starts tonight. In games that matter, we'll get a sense of how this helmet rule is actually going to be applied and whether it's good or bad for the game.
I want to ask you about the big night tonight.
Yeah, exciting.
Atlanta
Ready.
versus the Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah.
So who's your pick?
So I probably should go Eagles because in the last 20 years, the defending champions have won 16 times, but they haven't 2 of the last 3 years. It just feels like I know Nick Foles was a Super Bowl MVP,
yeah,
but he's played like the backup in this preseason. That he actually is. Carson Wentz still out for now.
Yeah.
Super Bowl hangovers are a real thing. There's been some weird drama. Their head coach, Doug Peterson's been a little short with the media. It just feels like they're still sort of grappling with the weight of being champions. In Atlanta, this is a team that did not play well last year, coming off that Super Bowl collapse a couple years ago. So I know we have a lot of Philly fans around here.
Yes, we do.
Gotta keep it real. I like Atlanta tonight. I like Atlanta for the minor upset. They're barely underdogs.
Good luck getting out of the building.
I know, right? I'm going to take the back entrance.
Take the back entrance. So, Bill Reiter, grateful you could join us. Thank you so much.
Sure.
And just a reminder, you can watch Bill's Good Show, Writer's Block, every day. It's, by the way, got a new time, 5 p.m. Monday through Thursdays, only on CBS Sports HQ.